Let's go.
So I realised today it has been exactly a month since I finished my job, which is so weird. And hopefully this is going to be the day where it finally feels like I've made progress, because it's going to look like I've made progress. It's going to be paint on the wall. It's not going to be the same colour that we came in or work that makes it look more like a mess. It's going to look like progress. Even if it's just the primer, I'm very excited to see it. Okay, been to the garage to steal some supplies and we're going to finish these green walls and beige walls.
So before I started painting the edges, I tried to get this transformer off the wall, but I did not have a screwdriver that fits. So we're just going to have to paint around it, which is quite annoying because there's a lot of texture hidden behind it, but we'll make it work for now and patch it up later when we do the bathroom. Oh, this primer paint was fun! Really, really wasn't fun. It is some of the stickiest paint I have ever used. You could not roll over a single section more than once at all, which was very annoying because there was a lot of texture when I was putting it down. It almost looked like it wasn't getting to bits of the wall no matter how much I loaded up the roller. So if I then can't do a second coat, I wasn't getting the best coverage ever on the wall. It has stayed quite textured, so if I'm maybe able to sand it down and do another coat, or maybe sand it down and go straight into the colour, not quite sure yet.
I forgot how much I hate cleaning these things. They take forever. Okay, well that didn't take as long as I thought. That was maybe, I think that was about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Seems to have done not a bad job. There's still definitely points where a lot of the texture's coming through. There's some points right at the start where I really buggered up the application. This is definitely some of the hardest paint I've ever worked with. It's also terrible shadow from the outside. Yeah, you can see there's just a few more points here. But overall, it has done a pretty good job of flattening out that wall again. Ignore the application. This is a primer. It's not meant to be a flat color. I really buggered up here. Don't look at that part. But yeah, there's still a few bits coming through, like you can see here and here. But even like if you remember, there was a big circle. Oh, there's the big circle. You can kind of see it there. But that looks so much smoother. And that was without even fully sanding that back down. But that is, considering where we were, that is not bad at all. Also covered the green so much, much better than I thought it would. Like it's, you can definitely see the stripes more. It's definitely much darker than this wall here that only had the beige. But that is so much better. So yeah, quite happy with that. This paint though definitely is going to take some practice to get used to. So it's a good thing I have the entire house to do. So the rest of the day is going to be editing. I'll be shooting the intro to the first ever vlog. So the first ever vlog probably won't have my first couple of weeks of my work. It is such a nice day outside. Like, oh my god, we never get sun. This is amazing. Come on. Good girl. You know, it feels really nice to be dressed up for a bit for a change. Like, I have not worn anything other than DIY clothes for the past month now? Yeah, a month now. It feels really nice to be dressed up and kind of looking presentable. I should try and do this at least once a week. I feel more confident, I feel more awake, I feel more alive. I definitely need to do this at least once a week, just for whatever reason. Even if there's no reason, just get, assuming it's not a DIY day and I'm gonna get paint on it, but just get absolutely dolled up for no reason. I feel so good today. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Oh my god, my neighbours are coming out of their house and they can see me. This is so embarrassing. I need to get used to this, but oh my god. I need to get curtains for this room. Made big boys today. Normally I get about 10 rolls. I got 5 today. Learning my lesson from last week, and before we go attack the sanding, we are going to hide the hair in a hat. Fringe is a bit long now just now, so it's popping out the hat, so we're just going to pin it back. Oh, it's such a good look. Can't wait till I add the face mask. It's just going to be, oh yeah, incredible. Let's go. Sometimes I think, oh, this level of protection is ridiculous. And then I see how much dust is all over the floor after sanding. You think it's going to be not a bad job, or not too long, or not too dusty, and it's just, oh.
I decided not to film the sanding as I was really worried after the last one with how much dust was in the air that it had gone into my phone. So we'll watch me wipe down this wall instead. So that's all the filler on that wall now sanded, and I sanded down the primer on the other wall as well. I ended up doing the full wall and the finish is so good.
Am I allowed over that side of the room for my trainers, please? Thank you.
Okay, it's the afternoon now and we're gonna get painting. So I've decided rather than doing another coat of primer, we're just gonna go straight in with the colored paint. So I'm a little bit scared to do another layer of the primer, then have to sand again and then paint. So I'm just gonna go straight in with the painting. If it means I have to do 2 coats of the colored paint, then that's fine. I know I can get a pretty solid finish with it. Been very fancy and picked out fire and ball paint in this house. Part of this haul's already been painted by some painter and decorators we hired. God, easily over a year ago now. Easily. I'm just gonna use the same colour that's already on the stairs and already on the ceiling up in here. So it is fire and ball tallow colour it's called. It's quite yellowy, but I quite like it. It gives it quite a warm finish. So that is this colour here. You can see it like all over here.
Oh, I forgot how long it takes to paint edges. It takes so long. Especially when you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 door frames to go around. Yep. Should I probably have popped the socket off? 100%. Did I think about it at the time? No.
Get back on that wall, recruit! You're letting your fellow airbenders down!
I am actually about to cry. I have just put on the first few strokes of the roller paint and look what's happened. Look at all of these bubbles that have popped up. I spent so long preparing this wall and I'm gonna have to, oh my god, it's peeling all the way to the plaster. I could actually cry right now.
Hello, Editing Melanie here. What I failed to mention in the last clip was that I ended up not priming the problem wall, the wall that I'd spent ages filling, and it was that same problem wall that was now bubbling because I had spent so long. You saw how much time I've spent filling, prepping,
Sanding
that wall to make it nice and smooth again, only for that to happen. Oh, it broke my heart.
This bubble is wallpaper underneath 3 layers of paint bubbling up. I think they must have used like a lining paper or something, and it was fine. There was several layers of paint over it. I sanded it down and found all of them, and we're still getting bubbles. And it's Wednesday. It's actually almost 4 p.m. on Wednesday, but I had a lot of like admin stuff I need to do this morning, so we have 2 hours left to try and tackle as much as I can today. My plan is to sand where the paint bubble to try and get that as exposed as possible so it can dry out as quickly as possible. Then we can fix it as quickly as possible. Thankfully it seems overnight with where the wallpaper was and where the wallpaper was bubbling, that has fully flattened out now. So I'm very happy with that, which is good. So happy that that's all settled down. So just fixing where the bubbling was. I'm actually managing to get most of the room painted yesterday. I didn't finish off this wall where the bubbling happened. I left this one pretty flat, but the rest of them, so up here, seemed to take to the paint really well. And then this still had old paint on it. This one still had old paint on it. And this was the one that wallpapered. So all of that has come out nice and happy and flush and flat. So it's beginning to come together like a room and I'm very happy. So we just need to fix this. So where some of the bubbles were, it's actually peeled off overnight. Yeah, you can see it's gone right back down to that texture there. So just gonna sand all of this. Oh, I just thought I was finished with the sanding. And then once that's all dried out, we'll run the primer over it and then finally the colour, and then this will finally be done. And if that doesn't take too long and the cleanup doesn't take too long, I'm gonna start on getting the skirting painted so we can just start doing this. So when the finishing touches arrive, like the brackets for the shelf that's gonna go over here, and we get the art up on the walls, it'll pretty much be done. Still can't believe I'm gonna have to sand this wall again. It is actually cursed. So I've been reading up on how to seal plaster, and apparently first of all I need to do a mist layer, which is just watered down emulsion. So we have the watered down emulsion. It feels quite bitty though. It's definitely a water-based paint. So let's see how this goes. This could go very badly.
The mist coat application went really well. It was really easy to put on and actually started to mix together a lot more as I was putting it on and using it. I gave a lot of the bare plaster a couple of extra coats as opposed to just the one. I would go back and have found what I put on was seeped in, which is the whole point in the mist coat. So it was working at least, and I just needed to put a couple of layers over it. This was a surprisingly fast job, and there was no bubbles, so this has hopefully done the trick. This wall has definitely been one of the lots to learn. Although hopefully I've learned a lot from here and the rest of the house will go much easier.
So this seems to be working, but you can see it's where the filler has been on top of the plaster. So I think because I didn't seal the plaster before I put the filler on, it's just popping off, and that's where the air bubbles are coming from, because it's not having issues where I put filler on like paint, it's having issues where I put the filler on the plaster, and you can see like it's just popping right off there. Lesson learned. I have so much of this water paint left, so we're just gonna quickly seal up this wall and see if any issues arise with that one. It's got no bare plaster, but given what happened with the last wall, I have no expectations.
I should have been more optimistic. This wall went perfectly. It was so easy to do, and I got a bit of a routine that let me cover a lot of the area really quickly. Because it was so watery with such a big brush, it was leaving a lot of brush strokes, but I found if I put the application on horizontally and then stroked it to smooth it out vertically, and you can kind of see me doing that here, it laid down really flat, and again, I've not seen any bubbles, so this has worked really well. Definitely going to be doing this on all my walls now.
Leave the spider alone. You're in full hunter mode right now, aren't you? Rescued. Can't eat this one, buddy. Ooh, this is very hard to do one-handed. Okay. And yeah. Bye-bye. Buddy's gone. Buddy's all gone.
I had one of my friends round to come keep me company on Thursday, and we had what we call a work from Melody, which was super cute and super fun. Also gave me the energy I needed to cook dinner for the first time in a while. Does mean though there wasn't a massive opportunity to film, so most of the day is me cooking this dinner. This was a chicken, and it was meant to be butternut squash, a recipe I'd found on BBC Good Foods. That is such a great place for recipes. Ended up finding a butternut squash soup though, so used that as the base and added sweet potatoes instead. It turned out so good. Just a cute wee shot of us working together with Star keeping us all company and saying hi.
Oh yeah, that's coming along so well. That smells so good. Someone's been very awkward this morning and not want to come outside. Or yeah, big grumpy girl.
I ended up only having 45 minutes to do all my cleaning because I got distracted by internet things. I don't normally speed run my cleaning, I normally take my time, have some TVs on, so this was quite a different way of doing it. I quite enjoyed how quickly I got through it all though. I managed to get all my dusting, hoovering, dishes, floor clean and everything all within the 45 minutes. I even managed to get like a run through of the ensuite shower as well, which is normally the longest part of my week. Would recommend doing this for anyone who struggles to clean weekly or struggling even just to get started with your cleaning on a weekly basis. Set a timer for 45 minutes and just see how much you can get done. You will be amazingly surprised.
Time to do the primer on the problem wall. Very much looking forward to get this down, another step closer to this wall being done. I am a wee bit annoyed though that I'm gonna use a roller and have to clean it out for what is probably going to be about a 10-minute job. I feel like I need to leave more time for cleaning than I do for the actual rollering. Just realising as well, I never grabbed shots of the rest of the hall. So got all the above here painted, it didn't bubble. a lip here, and you cannot see at all where those two different colours would be, where that line was. So happy with how that came out. You've got this big hole here. Look, it's smooth, it's so nice. Still a few lumps and bumps about, but it's not perfect, but oh my god, it's so much better. Do you know what? I'm really happy with this. Also really happy with how well this managed to cover the green between the primer, and this is just one coat of paint. This has covered the green so well. B&Q orders here. There we go. Oh, cute little pulp tray. It's the big boy. I realised how much primer I'm gonna need. I wasn't a massive fan of the Dulux one, so we're gonna try this Leyland Trade. It's specifically for wooden plaster this time as well, so it means that when we do the mist coat, it'll be hopefully seal the plaster up better and we won't get the bubbles. Very excited. Next box. Genuinely at this point I can't even remember what I ordered, and it was 2 days ago. Sanding discs. Ooh, short fuzzy boys. Yes, that's what we need for today. We use sponges. Yeah, big long boy for down the radiator. Couldn't get to it with the brush, so we can get to it with a tiny roller. This is gonna be a good one. Another short fuzzy boy. Tiny fuzzy boys. These should hopefully fit down the back of the radiator. They're super, super tiny and should fit on the new roller. These are not coming out. Ah, there we go. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Beautiful. And this I'm excited for. So this is, when I paint, I don't need to carry around the massive big tray. And also if I want to take a break, it comes with a lid, so I can just leave the paint in here. Ooh, it comes with a little clip. That's cute. Where's the other side? Who knows? But I like it. Yep, that looks like everything. Nice. This is quite a good sized box. I might use it to store a lot of this stuff. Right now it's just like all over the floor in the back room. Let's quickly tidy up before we roller. Now, I know this doesn't look that tidy, but believe me when I say this is a lot tidier than it used to be. I can see floor, I can see all my paints, I can reach my tools in a mess bucket much easier, I can get to the batteries much easier. Everything's kind of got a place. Even if that place is the floor, it's got a place now. I have just spied a missing bit of paint. Might need to give this wall a second coat then after all. Dang. And we still have bubbles. I have even popped these, or I've even like smooshed them down and give it another layer of primer, and it's still bubbling. Oh my god, I've just seen down here. Oh. And over here ain't looking too hot either. I am officially running out of ways and patience with this wall. It may be a case of I sand this, just stick the colour on it, and I come back to it in like another month or so and move on to more and different parts of this project. Don't think I've forgotten anything that I'll need for my journaling. Got my big ring light up and ready. Need to set up the laptop. Mic's already plugged in. Oh god, I've forgotten how to do this. There's so much. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get streaming and to really do my journal for this month too. Very excited. Yeah, having a lot of technical difficulties today, but we're here. We're making them work. Can we get fireworks? Yeah. What's my favorite one? So this one. I'm gonna get lasers. Come on. Or is it both hands? Yeah. Wig. How did you know? I'm sorry. Oh, it smells so good. I don't know what they put in this packet, but it smells amazing. You see the little face? Hi, baby. Oh, there we go. Oh, where's my big girl? Oh. Boop. Can't believe it's been another week already, and I feel like we got some done. I feel like maybe I'll get more done when I'm editing the footage and realising actually what happened. So, see you next week. Bye.